you know about tragedy? What you know about this?
Shooting.
Before your time.
Shot my shot and I hit Mars. Every minute, every hour.
Alright, you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hey everyone, welcome to episode 7. Today we have my brother. Why are you doing that face, bro?
No, actually, brothers, I don't know this man.
Oh my god.
We just met, so
right.
we don't look too familiar.
Okay, as you can tell, he's obviously my little brother. He's a bit silly.
Come on.
But we've got one today because he as well has a story to share, and I'm excited to be able to give him the platform to be able to do that. What do you want to talk about today?
I don't know. Maybe like football or something. My football journey. Let's say that.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's hear it.
Alright, where should we start? We'll go all the way back to 2019 when I got my injury. So, I don't even remember it.
You don't remember your injury?
No, I don't remember how it started.
This guy wants to come on a podcast to tell his story.
Calm down.
And he can't even remember.
Okay, no, actually no, it's your fault. I know, no, it's actually your fault.
How is it my fault?
Remember when we, okay, so basically guys, listen, deep this.
My fault.
So this guy's just like, you know those weights that you used to have?
Yeah.
So they're these weights that you can get from Kmart. They're like 20 kg, I think. And then this guy challenged me. You know the tricep dips?
Oh god.
No. I'm exposing myself here. But those tricep dips, you're just like, David, I think we even bet money on it. You're just like...
You bet money on everything, bro.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about the ping pong later.
No, let's not talk about that.
But you had a pair and I had a pair, and you said whoever could do the most would win, I guess.
A pair of what?
A pair of dumbbells.
Okay, yeah.
Don't worry about it. But so you said 3, 2, 1, go, and you know we're competitive, so
We are pretty competitive.
yeah,
So.
we're pretty competitive. So I saw you go, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna follow along. It gets to 5. I'm just like, maybe this is a bit hard. Maybe I should relax a bit. And I see you go, man, straight for it. Doing these ones. Doing those ones. So I was like, no, I can't let this man beat me. I don't like it. I remember those days when I was younger. This guy would always just smack me and everything. I said, I can't have it.
Beat him, as in like beat him in challenges,
Hey,
not
know what you
smack
mean?
him.
No, you used to smack me. Don't even cap. Don't let this guy cap.
Do you want me to get arrested?
Maybe that's why I'm here.
Oh my!
That's
That's the real story you want to tell.
Yes, it's not a football. The football's just it's a side track. So we're doing these tricep dips, and then it gets to about 10. My man, I'm just like, David, stop. You gotta stop now. You gotta relax. You gotta really relax. Just stop. See this guy. I turn over. I look at this guy, bro. Still doing the same thing. I'm just like, come on, this. So I'm hyping myself up.
Oh my.
Everything. Maybe the form's going out the window.
Yeah.
Trying to get it up. Trying to do the whole thing. I feel it in my shoulder. I'm like, hey!
Oh my. You're gonna wake up the whole neighborhood, mate.
But I'm just like, hey, in my left shoulder, I'm feeling it.
Pain in my left chest. No, that's a
whole nother
sorry. Yeah, sorry.
And then I just continue doing it. And then it transfers. It goes over to the right. I'm saying, relax, please. Allow me today. Keep on doing. I think I get to like 12. I'm just like, nah, we can't do this one anymore. We don't need to kill ourselves. So I put the thing down. And then I think you put yours down as well. So
no,
you put it down
it was not a time.
You put it down at the same time.
You owe me money. That's what you're trying to say.
I don't owe you money.
I beat you.
No, but we didn't bet money on it.
You just said we bet money on it.
No, I didn't say we bet money. I said we just like competition and We're doing it for fun.
I was trying to. You're trying to backfill
You're
on
gonna
that one.
edit this one and then put the one where I said the money. But let's
You
not
did
do
say
that.
the money,
I didn't say the money.
bro.
I did not say the
You
money.
gotta listen back to this episode.
No,
Kenny.
we don't need to do that one.
Yeah.
So we were doing it. I swear, I'm not joking. You put yours down at the same time. So I'm just like, okay, fine. Let me put mine down.
You said you stopped at 12.
Yeah.
I was stopped at 15.
When was that?
Yeah.
No, when was that?
Ah.
Okay, yeah, I remember when you said with the bicycles, you like to go the weekend first.
We can't.
We can't, yeah, and do 15 and then no, but okay, fine. Let me come back. Maybe we did 15. Okay, so basically after that, I think that's when we were even planning to go to Nigeria or something. Was it 2019?
Yeah, I think it was the new year, 2019.
No, December.
That's what I'm saying. Like the new year of 2020, so the end of the year was December 2019.
Okay, fine, we move. But okay, so I think we went on the 9th or something. Okay, I'm feeling fine. The shoulders, everything's fine. We landed in Nigeria. I think it was on the way to. Where are we going? Where's Granddad's house in Nigeria?
Abraba.
Yeah, we're going to Abraba. And then I'm seeing these men flipping on the road. Kill me, no, I'm joking. just screaming and shouting, burning plastic, everything on the roads. And then I start to feel pains in my chest.
Yeah.
Let's not do those ones. I start to feel pains in my chest. At first I'm thinking it's the smell from the plastic and everything on the roads.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking, you know when Mum told me to get like a scarf around my nose or whatever?
Yeah.
So yeah, I put this...
But like, why would you think that the smells are causing you pain in your chest?
No, like someone smokes one time, then sometime. It's only me.
Oh, so you didn't think it was a smell, you thought it was gas?
No, I thought it was actually the smell.
No, but the reason you cough when someone smokes is because of the gas, not the smell of smoke.
But the smell has to get into your nose.
Yeah, it's because the gases go through your nose into your lungs.
Yeah, but you can also say the smell, can't you?
It's not the smell.
Well,
It's your lungs.
You smell it, and then the gases transfer into the. This is also a teaching. The gases go when it hits the nasal cavity. I don't think you know that one. It hits the nasal cavity. It goes down, and then it hits the lungs, which turns into gas. Does it not? But anyway,
continue.
I think we arrived in Abraba. The chest was feeling fine. All the pain was gone. And then, I think the next day, just started to come back. I was feeling very breathless, everything like that. And I remember, I think we did a race in Nigeria.
Did we?
Yeah, I think so.
For what?
For some Sprite or something.
Really?
I think so.
In Granddad's front yard?
I think we... Actually, no, we went to Grandma's house, didn't we?
Oh, like on the other side. I was like, the Grandma's house is Granddad. Yeah, on the other side.
No, we did go to Grandma's house.
Oh, do you mean like when we went from Grandma's house to Granddad's house? There's like a 5-10 minute walk. To do? I think we raced there actually. Because I remember I beat you to Granddad's house.
I don't remember that.
I beat you to Granddad's house. Because we walked there. We walked there.
I don't think we walked there.
Yes, we did.
Mom, I don't... Oh, we walked there that one...
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
No, it wasn't that day.
Oh.
It wasn't that... Okay, no, the first day, like the first... When we arrived in Nigeria, we went to Grandma's house first.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were in Grandma's house.
It's Dad's house.
Dad's house, sorry. I'm sorry, Dad. But, yeah, I think we did a race or something physical. And then I just started to feel like breathless. My chest started to feel like sharp.
Mm.
And then, I think I told Dad. I think everyone said it could just be the smell or something like that, the pollution in the air. And I think after that we went to Granddad's house. dinner
Mm.
after that day. So we get to Granddad's house.
Mm.
I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling fresh. Come on. I'm feeling very good. And I think a week later. Was it a week later? We stayed there 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe over 2 weeks.
For like 2 months, bro.
Oh, wow.
But yeah.
Oh, wow.
2 weeks. And then in the second week, I just started to feel the chest pains again. Feeling very breathless.
You want to talk about the wheezing, bro?
We'll get to that.
Okay, I was like, yeah.
Because the wheezing was later on.
That was scary.
Yeah. And I started to feel these pains, and then I told Mom. And then along the line, she just went to go and tell Granddad, because Granddad's a doctor. So she went to go and tell Granddad. And then Granddad suggested I be put on oxygen. So I was put on oxygen. That didn't even really help. It felt like it was filling up my lungs. Like I wasn't able to get the air out of my lungs. If that makes sense. The best way to describe it, what I was feeling was, I guess, when you're really trying to expand your lungs and someone's like stepping on you, bro, or just standing on your chest. So painful. You get put on the oxygen, still wheezing a lot, hard to move around. I think that's when the wheezing started, when I went to sleep.
Yeah, though. No.
Yeah.
No, I was the one that called out the wheezing. I actually remember that specific.
When did you do that?
I was saying, like, because remember we were on Grandma's bed, right? With like Timmy, all that, right?
Tickling your feet. I didn't mean to expose it.
Whatever, embarrassed me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were on like our grandparents' bed. Like Timmy, I think Deborah, that's our sister. Then even I think our cousins and stuff. So you're pretty close to me, like, because it's like a big bed, but a lot of people on it, right? We're all just chilling out, all hanging out. Yeah. And I don't know, it's weird, but it's something I always kind of do. Like when I hear people like breathing heavy and stuff like next to me.
Yeah, you actually do that a lot.
Yeah.
Where you get like concerned if they're breathing.
I just analyze their breathing.
I don't know how you do that, bro. That's just weird.
Yeah, I know, it's just weird. But like I was just like, bro, like you're wheezing. And you're like, oh, fair. But then like
I don't think I fully realized. I don't think I fully like deeped it or fully acknowledged the fact that.
But that's the thing as well. I didn't deep it that much either because you wheeze sometimes anyway, normally. Like just lightly, you do.
I don't even know.
I've analysed your breathing before. That's why I know that.
Okay, man.
FBI. No, I'm joking. We got him. Oh my God. Anyway, no. So, I just noticed, but I was like, oh, it's not that bad, you know what I mean? But you're having chest pain, so like, it's a bit weird, but I just mentioned it, I was like, calm. Then, what happened was you fell asleep. And I noticed you was wheezing bad. And I was
Scale
like,
of 1 to 10. How bad was it? Like stopping and then just wheezing and then breathing.
No, like did you not just hear what I did?
No, but you kind of like stopped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I mean.
That is part of the wheeze.
Sounds like a dance.
Sounds like a swan. Oh, I thought you meant the actual wheeze. Never do that again.
Oh, what?
No.
We move.
But no. Let me shut up. Okay, so what happened was, then I hear you like wheezing pretty bad. Exactly like that. I was like, this is weird. Like this is weird, you know. And then I was like trying to talk to other people about it, and some of the older members of our family, he'll be fine. But honestly, like I've never even heard someone wheeze like that. So I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen to you because it's a long night. Like you step in the night, and what if like you just can't breathe in the night and whatever, you can't call out to it because. Bro, the way he was wheezing was like, I was like, this guy obviously is having major trouble breathing, especially if it's in your sleep. Yeah. I was like, wow. So I remember that night, like I just stayed up the whole night because I was like, you know, I had to make sure that you were.
Gotta keep my third eye open. What? No, you were monitoring me. You were watching.
Yeah, no, I know, I'll play it. But no. So like I just, you know, watched over you over the night. I made
My
sure
guardian
that-
angel.
What can I say?
Oh god. No, I can't even lie. At points in the night, I was scared for my own life. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro. That was some scary stuff.
It was.
The way my breathing pattern was, it was just not right. At times, I had to even regulate my own breathing.
And they tried all kind of like things and tactics to, you know, like try to help you get better. Like you had to take oxygen for a while. These kind of things. I was just making it worse.
Yeah.
It's like,
Making
bro.
it very, very bad. And then, what happened next? I think I took the oxygen. And yeah, like we said, I was wheezing at night. At first it wasn't that bad. I don't think it was that. It progressively got worse. And then the second night of wheezing, I think that was... I can't really speak on it much because I didn't really feel it, if that makes sense. You could hear it.
Bro, the way I was scared for you those nights. Honestly, yeah, I thought you were gonna die. You already know that, I already said that to you, but...
You just
like,
got deep.
Oh my days. Man just heard that, I just thought he was about to die and he wants to make jokes. Nah, I'm telling you. That was a joke in
I thought I
itself.
was gonna die.
Nah, it was crazy. And I was like, wow, this is actually really bad. But thankfully you were able to get past that in terms of like, we got you through that obviously, so take us to the next steps of, you know, your chest pain injury.
Okay.
Like, what was the kind of results of that? And why is it important to you, I guess?
I guess after that week, I was completely fine. It had completely gone. I don't know how. I don't even know what happened. I think it might have been Nigeria. Those dirty people. No, I'm joking.
Oh wow!
No.
Oh wow!
Nigerians. But yeah, I think after I left Nigeria, we came back around the bushfires, back to Australia, and the bushfires were actually not the middle. Yeah, it hadn't started, but it was.
It had started.
No, sorry. Yeah, it wasn't the beginning. Of the bushfires.
Okay.
And then, yeah, I was fine. I think it started. I still think this chest pain started to come back around February of 2020. So I was fine up until.
I left by in hand, man.
Yeah, where did you go?
Wollonga.
I keep forgetting, bro. Your life's not that important. But I'm joking. So yeah, that January. I was about to say March, bro. But yeah.
What do you mean?
I was about to say January, March, February, bro.
Oh. We're gonna take that test again. Remember that test? Anyway.
Yes, that's quite. Yeah, so February. Actually, no, it wasn't February, sorry. February was when I went to England. So let's back up a bit. So, near the end of January, I got a message from our cousin in England. This stupid guy called Joshua, who was watching this. No, I'm joking. He's like the same age as me. I got a message from him saying that he was trying for some academies in England. Academies along the likes of like Crystal Palace, Tottenham. Yeah, academies like that. And so, I don't know why, it was like a spur of the moment thing.
Is that a pun?
Come on. You know Spurs are Tottenham, if you don't know that one. Come on. Australians, come on. But yeah, it was like a spur of the moment thing. I don't know what came into me. Hey, but I don't know I don't know what happened. I went to Dad and was like, please Dad, can we go to these trials?
I beg you, man.
Please.
Oh God, please, man.
Please. Oh God, please. Can we go for these trials in February? So I think they were around February the 15th or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't even lie. I was not thinking that this guy was going to be like, oh yes. Because bear in mind, school starts around February the 2nd or 3rd or something like that. So I was just being optimistic. I thought it was just gonna shut me down straight away. Like, no, that's not happening. So then he said yes, and we started to plan the flights for around the 6th of February, something like that, to go over to England so I could trial out these different clubs and hopefully make it academy, because football is what I want to do. It's my passion. So we get to February 6th. I settled down in England with Joshua.
My cousin.
Yeah, and everything's good. Just training so that I can go to the trials on the 15th. So I'm doing all that training. Just trying to stay fit. Trying to adjust to the new time zone. It's crazy over there.
New life, everything, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go back to a place where you grew up, hadn't been for so long.
Yeah.
Living by yourself. Like, as in, living with our
yeah,
cousins, but like...
It's not like... It can be hard because it's not like close family if you get
No, but even... Yeah, you moved out from your immediate family at 50.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the trial date comes around, and the first trial is for Crystal Palace. And I go to the trial feeling good, feeling like Ronaldo, doing step over after step over, come on, man. My body did it. So I'm at the trial. It's so cold, bruv. Jesus. so cold. My hands are freezing, bruv. I was like, did I really grow up in England, man? It was cold. It's Australia, what I can change on that.
Yeah.
I went over there, did the trial. I didn't play too well, but I didn't do too bad. I feel like I was lacking a bit because of the time zone and everything. That's just part of my moment. So, I finished the trial, and then go back home, still feeling good, everything's good. Next day I have another trial, February the 16th, and I think that was for a club called, do you know Pro Direct?
The shop, man.
Yeah, they have a pro academy linked in with the college. So I go over to that trial, it's raining, I'm playing my heart out. Can you do it on a cold night in, what's that?
Stoke.
In Stoke.
Oh, okay.
Kind of. And doing my skills again, feeling good, feeling myself. And come back, everything's fine. Next day, another trial. Just the same thing as before. And then, in fact, it didn't even happen suddenly. COVID hit, actually. When did COVID hit? Around March or something.
It's different for England.
Yeah, near the end of February. But it didn't get like really bad until March, the middle of March. So near the end of February, there were just a few cases. So football was put on hold, and then I was just trying to keep up my fitness because we live very close to the Arsenal stadium. I don't know, I'm a Chelsea fan myself. We live close to the stadium, so I thought it was a good opportunity just to run around it. Because it's like, one lap is 2 kilometers. It's pretty crazy. So I did about 5 laps.
Why is that crazy?
Well, that's pretty crazy.
It's a stadium.
You never really deep it until you run around it.
You don't deep it. You're running around a football pitch, a bare minimum.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't really deep it when I was running. It was a spur of the moment thing. They're rivals. But you just run around the pitch. Run around the stadium. So, doing all that running, feeling fine. I did that for about 2 or 3 months, and with just exercise as well. Just at home. And COVID was still going on. I think that's when we were in lockdown. March was when we were in lockdown, the middle of March. And then I think we're at about May now. yeah, May, my birthday, May the 30th, my birthday. Around that time, I go for a run. Go for a run around the stadium. I was thinking this is gonna be a standard thing. I've done this many times before. Been doing this for like 2 or 3 months. Easy. Go around the stadium. Hey, when I tell you I was breathless. Hey!
She left me breakfast.
Oh, breathe in heavy like a dog. You cannot make it. You're a failure.
Oh, wow.
You can never make it.
Oh,
The
wow.
way. I was like, can people see me, bruv? I don't want to embarrass myself. I just did 1 lap, bro. No, I'm doing 5 around the stadium. Did this 1 lap. It's like, David, you gotta stop. The voice again in my head, David, you gotta stop. So I go around once, and then I think, okay, fine. We won't run the next lap, but we'll just walk. So I walk around, still feeling very breathless. So I just have to sit down, I just have to sit down and just relax for a bit. But it was not getting better. I don't know what was going on. So I just decided to go home. And then once I go home, I didn't really think too much of it. You know, when you're talking about my chest and how I got breathless and everything like that. I didn't really think much of it. Didn't really deep the fact that it could be something pretty deep. That makes sense. Deep like the chest. But come on.
I'm not a rapper.
You're the rapper. Come on, you're gonna be doing these ones. You can't be letting your little brother outshine. No, joke.
Oh, my little brother outshines me.
So yeah, where are we at now? Where are we?
So at Arsenal Stadium, running around there doing the 1 lap, injured.
Yeah, I'm back home now. I didn't really think much of it. I just thought I'll give it a day's rest, and then the day after that I'll go for another run. So the next day comes, like I said before, I just gave it a rest. Then after that day, I'm just like, okay, I've had enough rest now. I'll go for the run again. So I do my stretches. Stretches are very important. Do my ankle things. Normally I don't even do stretches, I can't even lie, but this time, because my chest was hurting, I was like, come on, I've got to do this. So I do all the stretches and everything like that. Then I do another lap. I just do 1 lap again. Breathless. It's like, what's going on?
Is it COVID?
Oh god. And then for the second lap, I do the same thing as I did with the last time that I went out, and I just walk around the stadium. And then it's still not getting better. So I'm just like, nah, forget this, I'm going back home. And at that point, I'm just like, nah, something's wrong. Because I've given it a day's rest, and I'm still feeling breathless. So I go over to auntie and uncle. I tell them about the pain that I'm experiencing. And I think right then and there, they booked like an appointment for next week. And so I was like, okay, fine, yeah, I'll just go to the doctor's appointment. It'll just be some routine scans or something. They'll tell me some jargon or something, and then I'll be fine to go and play again. The next week comes, and it's the day of the appointment, and I forgot what even happened. Get to the hospital. In fact, no, yeah. They do all the scans, they do the x-rays, ECG. ECG is where they put like tabs near your heart, and then wires. It's like electrotherapy kind of. Just to see how the rhythm of the heart and how it's beating, how fast it's beating and everything. And they said, after all those tests, they said everything's fine. And I could just have like a heart murmur. But heart murmurs are very common for young people like me, and especially for athletes actually. At first I thought, what the heck is that? I didn't even know what it was.
Is my heart quiet? Is that what you thought it was?
Why is
about whispering.
Yeah.
Oh my days.
I was getting scared.
Can you
bro.
speak louder? Stop murmuring.
Oh my God. I was getting scared, bro. Jesus. Getting very, very scared. Then because uncle took me to the hospital. He's like, okay, nah, the heart murmurs are just, they're
Run of the
very,
mill.
yeah, they're a very common thing.
Mm.
So we leave the hospital, everything's fine. We've done all those tests, everything. So I'm thinking, okay, the next day, I'll just rest, I'll relax for a bit. And then after that day, I'll go for another run around the stadium and we'll see what happens. So that day comes where I'm supposed to be going, running around the stadium. And I run around the stadium and like we've been talking about before, I did one lap, breathless, second lap, walked around. And then I was like, nah, something is definitely not right. So I come back and then we book another appointment to go to the hospital. And I think that was for the next day. So we go to the hospital. This time they do blood tests, and this is around June, I think. Middle of June, yeah. They do blood tests. They do another X-ray, and everything was coming back normal. They did the blood test just to see like if there was any inflammation or anything like that.
I want to pause you right there. I want to ask you, like, how are you feeling mentally? Obviously, because you moved to England for a trial, had a lot going on. It's not going the way you planned it. Having to do like, not extreme procedures, but you know what I mean. It's like when you're having to do all these tests that you're not used to doing. You're having to go to like I don't know about other families, but we don't really go to the doctors much for stuff, and like normally we just try and deal with it in terms of like just if there's an issue or whatever, we if anything we underhype things, if that makes sense. Like, it's fine, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's
like
like a big deal.
yeah, so I'm like trying to say like the fact you've gone to a different country, having all these issues, etc., when you just want to play football, like how did that impact you mentally?
I think it hit my mental state like quite a lot, to be honest with you, because like you said, going to a new country is hard as it is, I guess. And then getting an injury when you've gone there to go and trial for football teams, and I know COVID restrictions stopped us playing football, but I was still trying to maintain my fitness. So getting injured and not being able to do that was very hard because as we both know, we're very athletic people. We like to train a lot and keep fit. So I feel it was very hard for my mental state, and it came like as a shock, I guess. It wasn't like it's not something you can never like plan for these things, obviously.
Yeah, you can't plan what's going to happen in your life. Max talks about that as well,
Yeah.
in his episode.
Yeah. I was talking like I watched that episode, but I haven't. Tune into that one.
You should tune into it before you do it yourself before you tell other people to.
If I say something, they'll do it today. I'll do it too.
I'm pretty sure you watched it, episode 3. Max McFickle.
I think I watched 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Wait, was he the MMA guy?
Muay Thai, yeah.
I don't know if I watched that.
That's fair.
No, I'm not sure. But yeah, like I was saying, mentally it was very tough because just like I've never really had like a serious injury. The only injury I've had is a sprained ankle, and to get all these chest pains prohibiting me from playing football and stopping me from doing my passion. It just really hit hard. I can't lie.
So what was kind of your response, and how did you kind of overcome that. Because me personally as well, and this is kind of failing on my part, but you know, I was busy pursuing my own passions. You know, I was playing football in Wollongong. I was enjoying it, and I was playing at, you know, a high level. So I had a very strict life, I had a very disciplined life, and so I had to go to bed early and stuff like that because I was training 5 times a day, playing on the weekends. So I had a lot of responsibilities, a lot of stuff I had to do. And normally, you know, I used to talk to my brother a lot, but when he went to England, I was like, especially because he's living with our cousins, and because it's a country where we're from, you know, I didn't even realize the impact that it would have had on you mentally. I didn't even realize, you know, that it would have been very difficult for you at 15 and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I thought, you know, you'd be having the time of your life, you know, but it's not, it doesn't always play out like that. And I didn't really conceive that, and I got very tied up into the new life I was trying to create, you know, rather than even appreciating that, yes, now actually, even though you're going to do what you want in a place you love, and this is what we're talking about at the end of the last episode with PJ, where it's like, you can get to a place you want in life, you know, you can start on the track of what you want to do in life, and other people can look at it externally and think it's amazing and think, you know, you're living out your dreams and stuff like that, but it's not always like that. There's little intricacies and daily challenges, etc. Even, you know, last night, if we're going to talk about F1, right, Max Verstappen worked so hard in the second last lap. Do you know what I mean? It's like, people are like, oh, well, at least he's in F1, and, you know, but the thing is, it's very hard to think like that. Because in the same sense, for example, you might be, you know, I'm just making a random example for our audience, but you might be working at a retail job, right?
Yeah.
Like, and you might not think much of it because you've been doing it for a long time, whatever, but I guarantee there's someone in the world that's like, oh, at least this person's in a real retail job. But that doesn't mean that you don't have issues in your daily life and that kind of thing, you know? So it's really important to understand that even though you think people are doing okay and think, you know, they might be on track or off track or whatever, just try and check in with the people around you. And that's something that I learned from your experience, to try and stay more connected to you and your world, because I really thought that you just would, it would all be like a piece of cake.
You hit it off, bro.
Yeah.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. That's why I was so happy when Dad said yes. I was thinking, yeah, this is it. I joined an academy, work hard in that academy, bang, I'm in the Premier League. I know it might
it's
seem,
not that simple, but it is.
Yeah. I know it might seem like, oh yeah, nah, come on, man. But especially, I was about to say, especially at 15, but I was like 17. I feel like, sometimes I feel so old. I don't know why.
That's me, bro. I'm 22, I feel like 15.
The hamstrings, bro.
Oh my days, my hamstrings are tired.
Bro, but yeah, it's just, yeah, at 15, your dad saying yes to one of your dreams is just crazy to hear. And, you know, our dad, he doesn't say yes to a lot of things. So hearing that yes,
No comments.
was music to my ears, bro.
I refuse to comment.
Oh yeah, it's probably
If I speak, I'm indeplorable.
Oh,
No, I'm
I'm
joking.
watching this one. But yeah, I think it really hit me hard when especially because I went to the doctors and they couldn't even really find out what's wrong. I feel like that even makes it worse when you don't know what you're really
Don't know how to
suffering
fix
with.
it.
Yeah,
That
don't
kind
really
of-
know how to fix it.
There's no kind of resolution in
Yeah.
sight.
There's no like end date. There's like an ACL injury. You can plan out how you want to recover and get back into football. But you see me now, I'm still struggling with my chest and shoulders, so I don't even know when it will just subside. Anything like that. But yeah, I guess I gotta keep on working hard and just putting in that work. And even with that Div 1 team that we're in, you're the coach. I'm the player, you better play me, bro. Play me, yeah, that's right.
I take a bribe to play.
You don't need a bribe. What was I saying? Yeah, you don't
You
need
thought
a
it was enough being my brother.
Oh, wow. But yeah, I think I think I just gotta stay focused. I'm back. I'm back now, so it's good. Back to be around family and just you guys like motivating me to go and practice. Cause I can't lie, it can be hard when you haven't played. Because this injury has been going on for about 2 years now, and with COVID, it's even been hard.
I think we've got to also shout out Alicia, you know, because because you know, like, I don't know.
Alicia's the coach of our team.
Yeah. So me and Alicia are coaching, obviously David's
Yeah,
team.
you're like,
But it's like when you are used to doing something at a specific level, you know, and because of a setback or whatever. Let's say, for example, use my favorite example, a ballet dancer. Say you're like a ballet dancer and you're dancing in the biggest show, right? And like that's what you're used to. You break your ankle, and in that road to recovery, you now have to come down a few levels and play at a level where the lights aren't as bright and all that kind of thing, you know? Sometimes it's hard to go back to those opportunities or even to find those opportunities where people are ready to give you a fresh start. So I want to shout out Alicia because, you know, he actually personally contacted me to give David an opportunity to get back into football in a lower pressure environment so that he can get back to the level that he's used to. So yeah, I'm gonna shout out him for that.
Shout out.
But it's definitely a difficult journey that you've been on, you know. I think that, well, I was going to say none of us saw it coming, obviously, yeah. But to have an injury for so long, and I can't even say the name of it.
Costochondritis. It's inflammation of the ribs.
Yeah. You know, and there's been no end in sight. It's been a long journey, it's been a difficult journey, and you've had to just learn to keep your head up. And something that I've tried to tell you, and it's also something that Max was talking about as well, is you can't decide what life has in store for you. You can't beat life. So I think as well, you embracing that message has helped you deal with that as well and realize, okay, well, you know, like this thing's helped me back. I don't know when it's going to be over. What I'm going to do is try my best, but even if it doesn't work out the way I want it to work out, I'm still able to do different things. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of be fully focused on your goal, be fully focused on what you want to do, but if for some reason it's out of your hands, it's just out of your hands, and you have to accept that. And when we can begin to accept things rather than run from things, even though it can be painful to accept things, we can start having and creating a better life for ourselves because we've then moved on from the harsh reality that we're in denial of, and so we're more aware of our own reality and the power and control we have over our own lives, the options we can create for ourselves. So, you know, if you're not understanding what I'm saying in that, what I mean is you might grow up, you want to be a football player. You can break it down and say, well, why do I want to be a football player? I love football, right? So if you know, tragically get in a car accident, your leg gets chopped off and you can't do that anymore, what else can I do? Well, I love football, so maybe I can coach. I love football, so maybe I can, you know, start a club myself, start a local club. You know, what can you do to still enjoy the thing you love, and still be around that environment you love, but it's just not what you always dreamed of, you know? And maybe, you know, you say, well, I can never get there, but maybe I'll help somebody else get there with the knowledge I've learned on my journey. You know, it's about...
It can be very hard, though.
Yeah.
I like what you said in the... I think it was like the first episode of your podcast, where it's like losing a life. When something happens that kind of...
That's the second episode with Kieran,
Yeah. Drives you away from your passion. And you have to kind of like realign your goals. It can be like losing a life because you've grown up and you've just tried to stay so dedicated to what your passion is, and when something just comes in the way of it, it can be so hard to accept, I guess. But you've got to just accept it and just run with it and use it to like fuel you.
And so one of the tools you use for that is what we talked about in the last episode,
You know, am I grateful? And that's something you've got to challenge yourself, you know. And the reason we title some of the episodes the way we title them, we pose them as questions, and these are questions that you want to ask yourself on a day-to-day is, hold on, wait a minute. Am I being grateful for my certain situations? These are things that can take you out of the headspace you're in. And don't get me wrong, I struggle with it as well. You know, sometimes I'll just be very frustrated in different situations, or I'll be very annoyed at this and that. And it's something I'm working on as well, so by no means am I perfect, but what I'm trying to do is start asking myself different questions in different situations and say, is this something I really need to be mad about? Or how can we get past this, you know? And yes, I know a lot of people around me will say, oh, you're not all the way there. Trust me, I'm not all the way there. But it's like trying to add these little things to your life in terms of getting sucked into that raw emotion. That's what we talked about last episode as well. It is 1.5 minutes that you experience an emotion for in 90 seconds. And then after that, you can choose what you do with that. So you really need to try and understand the way you're feeling, understand why you're feeling it, and understand what you can do about it. And that's, you know, we're called the modern day man, and we're trying to help shape other young people around us into wanting to become better individuals and equipping them.
Greatness within.
Yeah, achieving greatness.
Find that greatness within.
Greatness within. That is not the title.
Yes.
You did not set the title.
Yes, that's the title.
No. You wanna join the
Don't worry, guys.
you wanna join the podcast? You wanna be a co-host?
Maybe not. Would you guys like that? Come on.
Oh my days. You know, I'll
Put it
leave
to
that's a
the
question.
fans.
Yeah. I'll put it as a question. But we're about encouraging people to be better versions of themselves, you know, and a belief I have, and it may not be shared, but a belief I have is men are builders. Men are people that can inspire, create, right? And what do builders do? Why do builders build? They build to solve a problem, right? So we need to have that problem-solving capability. We need to be able to say, look, this is an issue. What can I do about this issue? And it's hard when you're younger because those emotions are a lot more raw, and it's hard to understand, especially at that 15-year-old age. It's hard to fully comprehend everything you're feeling and understanding. And it's so great you shared that story because it shows, again, you know, the struggles that you've encountered and the things that you've had to overcome to get yourself to where you are now. But the next steps are, right, what do I do about this? How do I bring myself out of this situation? How do I improve my surroundings? And funnily enough, when you find one answer at a time, you can then address that bigger picture. Because sometimes the bigger picture becomes overwhelming and you've got so many things you're trying to figure out and sort out by your own.
I learned that kind of like the hard way. Because I like to do a lot.
Yeah, you do too much sometimes.
For example, in training, I like to be the best and just work hard. Do those extra laps. You know those type of guys. Johnny, give me 10 sit-ups. 20, bro. I like to go hard. And with this injury, I feel it wasn't the best for me to do all that stuff. Because it can just aggravate it even more. So I had to learn from a lot of people telling me, not just you, other people telling me, just take it slowly. Maybe this one training session, you just walk. You don't even have to run. Or you can do 100 meters just jogging, 100 meters back just walking.
Yeah, even the episode with Lucas, episode 5, I believe, you know, he's obviously playing at that professional level. And he even talks about, you know, the necessary balance. That you can't be 100% all the time, and I definitely agree with you. That was something.
Don't train every day. Don't get caught by that one. I'll be caught by that one.
Yeah, you know, and yeah, you and I both learned that the hard way. Even me, I got concussion. You know, Wollongong.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to play through that. And okay, for people who have not had a concussion before, if you're thinking, bro, it's only a concussion, I agreed with you.
Yeah,
before I had
both
one.
of us were just like, come on, get
It's
up,
just a
man.
concussion, like play on.
You see
Bruh.
them in the Premier League a lot. It's
Yeah.
like, get up, man. It's not even that big.
Yeah, but those things, nah, they mess you up, man. You have to be careful with any kind of injury you have, and as Lucas talked about, as you've talked about, is that balance of, okay, well, do I need to give 100% now? How can I manage myself? Even Kieran was talking about that, you know, sometimes he'll tell the guys he's coaching, don't do anything today. Just rest, you know, because it's not even just about the physical, as we keep talking about, but it's also about the mental. You don't want to overtire yourself mentally. Sometimes you can be feeling tired, but you've just slept, you know, 6 or 8 hours, right? And you've been getting good sleep, you've been getting good rest, but sometimes you don't even realize you're mentally fatigued.
Yeah, I feel that one. And I feel like I also shouldn't have gone as hard because I was struggling a lot actually when I was trying to get to sleep as well. Like not getting enough rest and trying to go into the next day. Because I can't even lie.
Overworking yourself.
Yeah, most nights the pain was just too much. Sometimes I'd just break down and cry. Just the whole night it was just hard pain. At first started in the chest, and in fact around November of 2020, the shoulders started to come in, and at first it was the right shoulder, and then after a few weeks, both shoulders were hurting and the chest was hurting. Just trying to lie down, which was very hard. And the doctor, when we actually did go back to the doctors in November, they was telling me, can you sleep on your back, can you sleep on your side? But because both shoulders were hurting, it was very, very, very complicated. But I guess from that, you just gotta take your time. Sometimes just go out for a walk. Don't go sprinting around the whole of London. You're gonna kill yourself. Like,
because that one directed at yourself. That was oddly specific.
Maybe. yeah, but you can't do too much. You just gotta gradually get back. And if a lot of young people watching, it's just the injury's not the end of the world. I know it does suck. And when I first got this injury, the way I was just heartbroken, the way it would just be painful every night, just staying up, just with the pain. It really took a toll on me mentally. Not just, like you said, not just physically, but mentally. It just really just nagged at me.
Yeah, it's a process, and we're all on that journey. It's not just you, it's not just David, it's me, it's Ben, who's not here today, but it's life, and we're all trying to explore, discover, understand together, and that's why we're so glad that we have this community where we can share stories and share the tales, what you've learned, I've learned, Ben's learned, whoever else we get on, because we can then really unpack things and really take apart stories and learn things from each other and bounce ideas and say, okay, well, this is actually something you've learned that I can add to my life, and thank you for that perspective that you've given me, because now I've realised something new, I've learned something new that's going to help me in my...
I'm younger, come on. I said even though I'm younger. We can't all learn stuff.
Sometimes you have a nice moment and just some
Oh,
little kid just, you know, and he says, why did you beat me when I was younger? This is why I'm playing. Please. Nah, but...
him.
Oh, wow. Cancel me. Oh my days. I don't even think I've reached a level where I can be cancelled yet.
Wow. I'm not so violated, so.
Sometimes you just gotta be humble. No, I'm joking.
That's why I keep the 4th place medals up in my bedroom. You gotta keep yourself humble.
Oh, wow.
You're the first on one side and the 4th to keep you humble. The 4th place.
They give 4th place medals now. That's painful. I don't think I've ever got a 4th place medal. That's why I'll be looking at you at my kids' room saying, how you guys got so many medals? Like, I got medals, but no, those medals. That's because you got a couple 4th ones in there.
Nah, come on, you've got some 4th.
No, I don't. I do not have a single 4th place medal, bro.
All 1st and 2nd.
I have 1/3.
1/3.
And then all 1st and 2nd.
I missed that athlete.
But some of us are just high achievers.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm playing.
Where are you now? The hamstrings are gone.
No, but it is a process, and we're glad that you're taking that process with us. We hope that you are enjoying the journey and learning a lot on the way. So thank you for coming. Thank you for listening.
Appreciate it.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to everybody else. I was saying thank you.
No,
to
I
them
appreciate
for
you having me on though. Come on.
Yeah,
can
but I was getting to that next.
No,
Right?
I'm joking.
Getting to that next. You wanted to slowly tell your story. Now you're trying to rush me.
I have to get it out. The fans have
I was
to
falling asleep while you were talking.
Oh wow.
But yeah, no, thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Dave, for coming on the show. You would have been in trouble if you didn't get on. That's probably why you came on. But
I mean,
nah, I'm playing.
what about that $20
Oh, why you a snitch? Nah, I was playing. I was playing. But yeah, no, thank you everyone, and enjoy your day, night, whatever time it is for you. Do you have any last
Who's
words?
coming out there?
Come out at 9, but not everybody watches it at 9.
Does it come out at night?
Come out at midnight. Tuesdays, midnight. Boom.
I act like I don't see the notifications. Like
Yes.
I'm asleep.
Exactly. Yeah, bro.
I'm asleep, guys.
Do you have any last words though?
Greatness is within. That's my last words.
Alright, everyone. Take care and we'll see you in the next one. Boom! Raw! And cut!
Yes. How was that?